Hello, Sylacauga and surrounding area. I'm down here at the J. Craig Smith Community Center here in Sylacauga, and I'm here with things going on in Sylacauga Facebook page. And I'm here with Mr. Steve Masters. He's the director down here at the Sylacauga Parks and Rec. Hey, Steve.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. How about you?
Doing well.
Let's talk about a few things.
Okay.
We're just coming out of the cold weather, and spring's right around the corner. Let's talk about a little baseball.
It is time to register now for baseball. We've got 2 weeks left in basketball. We had 225 players in basketball this year.
How many?
225. So
Really?
it's really grown. And looking forward to baseball. You know, Sylacauga is a baseball community.
Yes,
So usually baseball, we'll have 350 to 375 kids playing baseball. We did make a change this year.
You've added a little bit.
We've added, and then, you know, we're making a change in the brand of baseball we play. We're leaving Cal Ripken and going to USSSA Rec League Baseball. The main reason we did that is we got together as a district, which includes from Talladega all the way to Phoenix City, and we looked at different options, and the game's progressing.
Yes.
You know, you got 6-year-old travel teams out there in Alabama that's playing 100 games a year, and the rules have changed a little bit, and our goal is to progress our kids to earlier to get them ready for the next level.
Okay.
The way it was with Cal Ripken, you weren't playing live baseball until they were 11 and 12 years old. Well, you got 11 and 12-year-olds that are trying out for the middle school baseball team that don't even know how to hold a runner on or a pass third strike or, you know, how to steal bases. So we've decided as a group, we got all our coaches together and we looked at the rule differentials and stuff like that, and everybody agreed that we want to change over and try this year.
Well, like you said, now that you're doing this, they'll be a lot more prepared when they get to middle school.
And that's our job. You know, youth sports is supposed to be all about teamwork and learning from a boss, being the coach and respect and stuff like that. And that is our ultimate goal for youth sports. But our job is also to prepare these kids for the ones that do want to continue to play to be ready to go to the next level.
Okay. Can we talk a little bit more about the registration? So,
Sure.
The age groups and how much the money is, and especially most of all, we want to give out the phone number down here and how to get in touch online, the website.
So we start at 3 and 4 year olds. That's called Bambino. That's $50. You get a full uniform except for your pants with that as well. And that is basically introducing kids to baseball.
Right.
We got the parents on the field. There may be more parents than players on the field at that time, but you just want to introduce them to the game. You run to first this way, not third, stuff
Right.
like that. And that's for 3 and 4 year olds. That's $50. And then we have T-ball, which is 5 and 6 year olds. It's actually not T-ball anymore. That's one of the differences. It's going to be a coach pitch from 25 feet. T-ball is 5 and 6 year old ball is very, very fun. It gets a little more competitive once you get into T-ball because they're actually keeping score and recording outs and stuff like that. Next is 7 and 8 year olds.
That's a little bit farther, right?
It's a little bit further back for the coach to pitch the ball. It's from 32 feet, so you're getting that ball more on a plane than an arc to get the ball there. And once again, all this is a progression. You know,
Right.
you start here and then work your way up. And the biggest difference between what we were doing and what we're going to is the 9 and 10 year olds. 9 and 10 year olds is now live baseball, so runners can advance, pass third strike. Pitcher has to learn how to hold a runner on, and we've backed them up from 60 to 65 feet. So
Okay.
progressing them back, getting them ready for the bigger field. And then 11 and 12 year old has not changed. It's still 70-foot bases, 50-foot pitching mound, live baseball. And like I said, our goal on all of this was the game's changing where kids are working harder and harder at a younger age. And as a park and rec, we need to keep up with what the people need.
Well, I love this, Steve, what y'all doing, because you're really, like you said, the progression of it is getting them ready. Every step they go up, they're learning a little bit
That's
more
right.
about baseball.
You know, and every step's kind of a big step. You know,
Right.
besides going from 5 and 6 to 7-year-olds, just basically the coach moving back. But leaving coach pitch, going to kid pitch for the first year, and then leaving kid pitch, or leaving, you know, the 9 and 10-year-olds and moving to 11 and 12, you're a little bit further back, a little bit bigger field. Because the biggest transition these kids have is when you leave a 70-foot base and go to a 90-foot base at 13 years old.
That's
And those kids are playing school ball.
Right.
So they need to be ready for that.
they're
transition.
ready when they get to school ball.
Yes, sir.
I love it. I'm glad y'all done this. Can I thank you for it? All right, was your board?
It
It was your idea?
It actually, Hunter Kane is now our athletic director, and he and I had discussed it. We actually discussed it as a district at the end of last Cal Ripken season, and I was a district commissioner for Cal Ripken. So there was some rumblings in the group. So we called a meeting. We brought U-Trip in and talked to them to learn what their rules was. And when I say everybody, it was Phoenix City, Smith Station, Alex City, Sylacauga, Chillsburg was there.
Okay.
Everybody in our district, except for Chillsburg and Talladega, has left and gone to U-Trip baseball. But U-Trip is really big in our area. So outside of what our district was, we're picking up towns like Tallahassee plays that, Calera plays that, Vincent plays that, Chelsea plays that, Lincoln's been playing it for years. And we still got a really good group of competition that's really, Montford plays that as well, that's really close to us. So our goal is always to offer the best program to our kids that's going to make them better, but you also got to keep in mind what your competition's going to be.
Right.
Because you don't want to just play a season and go home. You want to have all-stars and go challenge yourself against different cities, and this offered us that option.
Yeah. What about that online Sylacauga Rec Desk still?
Yes, sir. So the prices for all this for the Bambino League's $50. Excuse me. The price 5 through 12 is $75.
Okay.
That includes hat, shirt, belt, and socks. We got out of the pant business because the pant we could afford for that registration fee just really wasn't.
Well, it
what
makes
people wanted to
you
use.
have to make registration too
Yes,
much
sir.
money.
Yes, sir. We
And
try to
we'll
keep that
it
number down and give people
Right.
options on the pants and
Right.
stuff they want to buy. You can register online. Most of our people register online. That's sylacauga.recdesk.com. Once you go on there, if you've already in the system and have created an account, you click on programs, you click your age, you check out. May take you 5 minutes.
Okay.
You're welcome to come and register here in person. Once you
What's that phone number in case they want to ask you some questions?
Sure, if
Steve?
you got more questions, then you can reach out to us at 256-249-8561, or you can also message us on our Facebook pages. We have Sylacauga Parks and Recreation, and then we have Sylacauga Rec Sports.
Okay. You still need some coaches?
We always need coaches for every sport that we have.
Right.
We were in the back talking this morning, and you know, people come up to you, how'd you get this coach? Why is this coach? He's not doing what I want. We've never turned a coach away from here
Right.
that passed the background check.
Right.
You know, so we always need coaches. There's no sport we can offer without volunteers. You know, and if we're talking 375 kids, that's about
You
36.
need a lot of coaches.
That's 36 teams with 3 coaches per team. So yes, we need you to come and sign up to coach.
Right. And say somebody does want to be a coach, does that automatically put their kid on their team?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
The person who's coaching and their child and any siblings within that same age group always go on the same team. Other stuff, we'd let the coaches work it out because, you know, if you start letting them build their own team to put in your league, before you know it, you're playing travel baseball.
Right.
So we do a fair draft. We do tryouts. All the coaches get the same list of kids. They pick in a line by a number that's picked out of a hat. So we try to make it as fair as possible. But, you know, if you start saying, hey, I need little Johnny because he lives down the road and I need Pete from over here in this neighborhood, and they pick their own team before the game starts, it's not going to be a very competitive league.
We're not going to do none of that.
We don't do that.
That's right. And Do you have a deadline for registration? Because I know we got to get started sometimes.
Deadline is basically the end of February.
Okay.
We're going to do tryouts the first Thursday of March, and
Okay.
Hunter's working on those times now. Those will be on our Facebook pages. That weekend, actually, Comer girls softball is using our complex for a big area tournament. We usually do it the first Saturday of March, but we wanted to allow them to host this big tournament over there. So we've moved our stuff back to that Thursday, and our first opening day is always the first Saturday of April.
Them fields sure are looking good. I rode by there the other day.
Those fields have come a long way, and now that Hunter Kane's putting his landscape touch on the entire complex, he's really done an amazing job.
Right. Well, you know, Hunter's doing a fantastic job now, but I got to give you credit.
Well, I mean,
You got them fields started looking good, and
It's-
Hunter just continue on to what you started, because
it's come a long way for sure.
they have come a
And
long way.
you look back and you wish you would have took pictures when you first started working on something. We actually have an aerial photograph in there with all the weeds and the bent fence.
But you're just too busy
stuff
working
like
on them,
that.
take any pictures
You
with
know, baseball season, we love baseball in Sylacauga.
That's
but
right.
During baseball season, we probably average 75 to 80 hours a week. So, yeah, you're not walking around with your camera in your hand.
That's
You're
right,
working.
you're too busy. One more thing I want to talk about.
Yes, sir.
Pickleball. Pickleball in our beautiful tennis courts up here. If y'all hadn't been by the tennis courts lately, you need to go by there and check them out. The way, Dr. Jonathan Douglas has really did a fantastic job on getting our pickleball started up. And I know he's been working with you to get it started. We meet on Tuesday nights at 6 o'clock. And Steve, I'm gonna tell you something about this past Tuesday. We had all 4 courts full. We had a couple of guys in the middle of the court, and we had 4 or 5 watching.
Sure.
So it's growing.
Pickleball is the second fastest growing sport in America. As you know, Dr. Douglas has stepped in for us temporarily while our tennis pro, who 42-year-old man had to have a heart transplant, but we fully anticipate Wesley coming back and taking over the tennis side of it. And Jonathan, with this side pickleball thing that he's picked up, there may be room for 2 people to be up there, who knows. But we had started playing pickleball in a really small group last year with Caleb Guy and some other local people, and it's a lot of fun. I thought it was an old man sport, but I guess I'm getting to be an old man now because I really, really enjoyed it. But pickleball is going to be awesome. Actually, in the master plan that is going to be presented probably sometime in February, there's pickleball courts on that master plan. And if you visit, Chelsea's just built a bunch of pickleball courts up there. And if you go to Opelika, they got like 40 pickleball courts at their rec center. So definitely a fast-growing sport, a lot of fun. Any age level can do it, and really any skill level can do it. It's kind of like golf. You don't have to be good to enjoy playing.
That's right.
So we're really excited about what he's doing with the pickleball.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Most fun I've had in years.
Sure.
I love it. And if you want to find out more about pickleball, go on to the page Sylacauga Pickleball. Jonathan has set up a website on there, or just come out there on Tuesday nights at 6 o'clock, and you can watch us to start with if you want, or just come on out there. We've got paddles and stuff, and you can go ahead and start playing first time you come out there. And don't forget, it's baseball season.
It's baseball season.
Get them youngins down here, and also we need some coaches. He's gonna need a lot of coaches for a lot of kids. Did we cover it all?
I think we got it.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, sir.
See you next time.